On March 30th, 2025, the world watched as a plume of fire erupted over the Norwegian Sea. It was not a celebration, but a catastrophe. The Spectrum rocket, a beacon of hope for Europe's burgeoning space industry, had met an explosive end just 40 seconds after liftoff. This ambitious project, spearheaded by the German startup Isar Aerospace, aimed to mark Europe's first independent foray into orbital launches. Instead, it became a stark reminder of the challenges and risks inherent in reaching for the stars. This event sent ripples of disappointment through the scientific community and beyond. For Europe, it was a significant setback in its quest to secure a place at the forefront of the global space economy. The dream of launching satellites and conducting space exploration missions from European soil seemed to falter, shrouded in the smoke of a failed launch. The Spectrum rocket, a 92-foot marvel of engineering, stood tall on the launch pad at the Andøya spaceport in Norway. Anticipation crackled in the air, a palpable mix of excitement and apprehension. As the countdown reached zero, the rocket roared to life, its engines spitting fire and fury as it clawed its way skyward. For a fleeting 30 seconds, the mission seemed destined for success. Then disaster struck. Smoke began to billow from the rocket's sides, a telltale sign of trouble. The graceful ascent turned into a horrifying descent. The rocket, a symbol of ambition and innovation, plummeted back towards the Earth, ending its journey in a fiery explosion that shook the ground miles away. The Spectrum launch was not just about sending a rocket into space. It was about Europe's ambition to carve its own path in the cosmos. Unlike traditional space programs heavily reliant on government funding, the Spectrum mission was primarily driven by private investment. This endeavor symbolized a shifting paradigm in the space industry, with private companies like Isar Aerospace taking center stage. The significance of this launch extended far beyond the rocket itself. It represented a collective European dream, a vision of technological prowess and scientific advancement. Countries like Sweden and the UK, eager to establish themselves as players in the global space market, saw the Spectrum launch as a crucial step towards achieving that goal. Despite the catastrophic end to the mission, the team at Isar Aerospace remained remarkably resilient. Daniel Metzler, CEO and co-founder of the company, acknowledged the setback but emphasized the valuable lessons learned. He pointed to the successful liftoff, the initial 30 seconds of flight, and the flawless execution of the flight termination system as significant achievements. Metzler's message was clear: failure is not the antithesis of progress, but rather a stepping stone. The data collected during the launch, even in those brief moments of success, would be meticulously analyzed to identify the fatal flaw and prevent its recurrence in future missions. This spirit of perseverance, of turning setbacks into opportunities for innovation, is at the heart of scientific exploration. Section 5. Europe in the cosmos playing catch-up. The failed Spectrum launch highlighted a stark reality for Europe. Despite its scientific contributions and technological prowess, it lags behind in the global space race. While the European Space Agency, or ESA, boasts a history of successful launches, these are primarily conducted from locations outside of Europe, such as French Guiana and Cape Canaveral. This reliance on foreign launch sites underscores a critical vulnerability in Europe's space ambitions. It limits autonomy, increases costs, and hinders the continent's ability to compete effectively with established spacefaring nations. The Spectrum launch, had it been successful, would have marked a significant stride towards rectifying this imbalance. Section 6. Across the ocean, giants stride ahead. The challenges faced by Europe in establishing its spacefaring independence are magnified when compared to the accomplishments of global giants like the United States and China. The US, with its long history of space exploration and its formidable space agency, NASA, continues to dominate the field. China, on the other hand, has emerged as a formidable contender in this space race, rapidly developing its capabilities and achieving significant milestones such as landing a rover on the far side of the moon. These nations serve as both inspiration and competition for Europe, highlighting the scale of ambition and investment required to succeed in the challenging arena of space exploration. Section 7. Echoes of Failure, Virgin Orbit's Ghost. The Spectrum rocket's unfortunate fate sadly resonated with a previous setback in Europe's quest for space independence. In 2023, Virgin Orbit, a British-American company, attempted a historic launch from UK soil. The mission, carrying a payload of satellites, ended in failure when the rocket deviated from its trajectory, resulting in the loss of the spacecraft. This incident cast a long shadow over Europe's space aspirations, raising doubts about the continent's ability to compete with established players in the commercial space launch market. The subsequent closure of Virgin Orbit served as a stark reminder of the high stakes and unforgiving nature of space exploration. Section 8. From crash landing to launching pad, lessons learned. Despite the undeniable setback, the Spectrum rocket incident should not be viewed as a death knell for Europe's space ambitions. Rather, it should be seen as a harsh but invaluable lesson, a crucible from which a stronger, more resilient space program can emerge. The data collected from the Spectrum launch, even in its brevity, is a treasure trove of information. By meticulously analyzing every second of the flight, from liftoff to explosion, engineers and scientists can pinpoint the exact cause of the failure. This knowledge is paramount in preventing similar mishaps in future launches, refining designs and bolstering the reliability of European rockets. Section 9. A Horizon of Hope. Europe's Next Giant Leap. The dream of a Europe that launches its own rockets, explores the cosmos, and claims its rightful place among the stars is far from extinguished. The Spectrum rocket's fiery demise, while undoubtedly a setback, has only strengthened the resolve of Europe's scientific community. This incident has ignited a conversation about the importance of investing in space exploration, fostering innovation, and nurturing homegrown talent. It has highlighted the need for greater collaboration between European nations, pooling resources and expertise to achieve a shared goal. The path to the stars is fraught with challenges, but with each failure comes a wealth of knowledge, pushing Europe closer to its ultimate destination.